Welcome back. My name is Kaitlyn and today we are making buttery and sweet caramel apple hand pies. And I'm also going to show you how to make them gluten-free and dairy-free. These pies are so good. They have a delicious buttery, tender crust and sweet caramel apple on the inside. You could also customize them and make them any shape you want. You could make them into heart shapes or squares, or you could even make them into the rectangles like McDonald's does. They're so good, you're going to love them. First, let's start the crust. In a food processor, we're going to pulse 2 cups of flour. I'm using gluten-free, and 1 teaspoon of salt until combined. You want to make sure your ingredients are cold, especially the butter. Next, we are going to add the butter to the food processor. Make sure you cut your butter into cubes beforehand. And pulse the mixture until it looks like breadcrumbs. The key to pie dough is to keep it cold and use our hands as little as possible. Add the eggs and the ice water. We're going to start with 2 tablespoons of ice water and then add more if needed. Then pulse until well combined. If you need to add more water, now is the time to add it, but remember, too little liquid in the dough won't hold together, but too much and you'll have a rock-hard crust. Now form the dough together and refrigerate in plastic before rolling out. I like to keep mine in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Now for the caramel. You could use store-bought, but I love using a homemade caramel because it's actually very easy to make. Check out my previous video on homemade caramel to learn how I made mine. Now for the filling. Dice the apples into small pieces. Add the butter and the apples in a pot on medium heat. Add in the lemon juice, cinnamon, sugar. Cook for about 5 minutes or until the apples are soft. It's time to assemble our hand pies. Let's bring our dough back out, and on a lightly floured surface, we're going to roll out our dough and we're going to cut it into circles. I'm using this bar shaker tin because it's around 4 inches and I like my hand pies to be big, so I'm going to be using this. You could use a pastry cutter, or you could use a cookie cutter, or you could use a mug. You can really use whatever you want. You want to make sure you have 2 circles for each pie. One is going to be the lower dough and one is going to be the upper dough. Once you've made all your circles, we're going to place the filling in the middle of each pie dough. Then we're going to spoon our homemade caramel onto the apples. After that, we're going to place the second pie dough on top. Using your fingers first, press the edges together, and then using a fork, seal the pie edges together. Now cut a few slits into the pie so steam can escape when baking. Now paint the pies with egg wash on top, and I'm going to sprinkle a little sparkling sugar on top of mine. Let's place these in the oven and bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. This recipe makes 8 4-inch round caramel apple hand pies. Enjoy! And there you go, delicious caramel apple hand pies. Let me know if you guys have ever had a homemade apple hand pie, or if you're still living off those 90s McDonald's hand pies you got in the drive-thru. This recipe is perfect for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Any holiday, you could even do 4th of July, really. People are going to love this because it's so easy to grab and take, and kids love making them with you too. And if you want to see more recipes like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, comment down below if you're part of the notification squad. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.